Hi everybody, my name is Tom McAllister, at least that's what the tempo is making me say, and today we're going to be looking at every single Dead by Daylight perk in the fastest form possible while I give my opinion on each and every one of them. Starting... Alright, Bond is a pretty good perk, but I'd much rather run something like Empathy, because I feel like it gives you a little bit more information than Bond does. Bond's like an okay perk if you're trying to find people, though. Prove thyself. This is good for, like, gen repairs, honestly. I really enjoy running this perk because it makes me get gens done faster, and it makes me feel more productive as a person. Leader, this perk is like fine, I guess. It's a little bit more niche and it's going to be actions that don't really involve you. Like survivors have to be a range away from you for it to really take effect and you can't co-op on them with it. Alright, quick and quiet. So this is good if you're planning on using it. It's just not something that you're just going to casually run. Sprint burst. Okay, I'm never going to doubt an exhaustion perk. The only thing I will say is that I don't like the restriction of the fact that I cannot run. Adrenaline. This is one of my favorite perks in the game. If you're an endgame whore like I am and you plan on making it to the endgame, you can run the killer around long enough to make sure that you get an insta-heal state whenever he thinks he's about to get you down. And then you can sprint away at 150% speed. Regardless of whether you're exhausted or not, adrenaline will apply. Empathy. This is better Bond. It has a longer range. It gives you more information, lets you know where the danger is and who's in danger at any given time. Botany knowledge. There's other better healing perks. Self-care. There's other better healing perks. This one takes way too much time. Iron Will, this is one of the strongest perks in the game. If someone tells you it's not, it's because they don't know how to use it. Calm Spirit, this perk is only good against the Doctor, so I don't really understand the use in having it. Saboteur, this is great if you're looking to just break hooks the whole time, I suppose, but I'd much rather run something else. Balanced Landing, once again, exhaustion perk, works really well. Killers usually aren't expecting it. It's a worthwhile perk. Urban Evasion, this is good to run with Sprint Burst, or if you have any other exhaustion perks you don't want to waste right away. And it also lets you get around the map at the same speed you would while crouching and being immersed. Excuse me. Streetwise, this perk fucking sucks. No one runs this. I don't know why this perk exists. Left Behind. This perk hinges on you being a selfish bastard and waiting for everyone else to die, so fuck them. Borrowed Time. This is honestly one of the most powerful survivor perks in the game now thanks to the buff that they gave it. Unbreakable. This is a really good perk. I usually run it in combo with Soul Guard, and it's also good. It's not just good for getting you up fast, but also for allowing you to recover faster and allowing people to pick you up faster. We're going to live forever. If you're planning on being really altruistic, run this perk. Dead Hard. Again, exhaustion perk that I think works really well. No Mither. Anyone who runs this perk is a comedic genius, and I would love to play with them. Soul Survivor. It's like Left Behind, but with extra steps and revolves around your aura being red. Object of Obsession. They nerfed this perk into oblivion, and honestly, it's not as good as it used to be. Decisive Strike also got nerfed, but I still think it's applicable if you're actually being tunneled. Yeah. Shouts out to this perk. Just make sure you don't do any of these actions listed below here whenever you're using it. Ace's perks fucking suck. Technician. This is basically like a training wheel perk. I wouldn't recommend using this unless you think you struggle with skill checks, but after a certain point, this perk needs to go. Life. This is one of my favorite exhaustion perks in the entire game. I love the fact that I'm able to, like, jump through a window and go 150% speed. Run this with Dance With Me. It's super, super good. Alert. This is like another training wheel perk, but I still think it's really good because you don't really sacrifice anything by having it other than the fact that you can get information on the killer whenever he's chasing someone else or when he's breaking a pallet or doing whatever the fuck. Wake Up. This perk is like somewhat decent, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, if you want to know where the exit gates are, I guess it's good for that, and it opens the exit gate a little bit faster. Run it with someone who has leader, and you can open the exit gate at 20% speed. Pharmacy. I don't give a fuck about chest, so I don't really run this perk all that often. I guess it's good if you really need a med kit. Vigil. This perk's fucking stupid. I don't understand why anyone runs it. It's not worth it. Tenacity. This is another great perk that can go with Unbreakable, Flip-Flop, Soul Guard, anything that has you on the ground. You can move and crawl and recover at the same time. It's super useful. Shouts out to Tenacity. I don't know how this perk works, I'm not going to pretend to. I don't know how this perk works, and I'm not going to pretend to. Dance With Me. I love this perk. I love running it with Life, simply because I get to run the fuck away, and nobody's ever going to stop me. I lose my scratch marks for the exact same amount of time that I have the 150% speed boost, and it's totally worth it. Windows of Opportunity. I guess if you don't really know the map and don't know where pallets and windows are, this could be a good perk, but just use your map knowledge. Boil Over. This perk is wildly overrated and doesn't even do that much, honestly, whenever it's used against me. I just find it mildly annoying. Diversion. This is a great meme perk and also can be used to divert the killer away from your location Worthwhile perk. Good. Deliverance. Once again, this perk is also good, but it's really niche in the fact that it requires you to unhook someone in order for you to use it. So you cannot get hooked first or you're wasting a perk slot. Autodidact. This perk fucking sucks. Breakdown. This is honestly a really powerful perk, and the absurd amount of time that it can break a hook is honestly insane to me. And also, if you ever find the breakdown is broken, you can abuse the fuck out of it to permanently remove hooks from matches from people. And that's honestly an asshole move, but I mean, shit, if it's there, why not take advantage of it? Aftercare. Okay, this is once again another perk that's really good for you if you're altruistic. It lets you see people's auras. It's basically empathy and bond with extra steps where you have to heal a person or unhook them or do something, or if they rescue you or heal you, then aftercare also activates and you get to see their aura. Distortion. This is a really good perk for figuring out what kind of aura perks the killer's running, but remember, you only have 3 tokens, so is it really worth it? Solidarity. No. Poised. It's fine if the killer's like heading towards the gen you're on, but otherwise you could run a different scratch mark concealing perk. Head on. Everyone runs this. It's a good perk, and you can use it to stun the killer. You can use it to free people from their grasp, so on and so forth. Pretty good perk. Flip-flop is worthwhile in tandem with other perks, but not on its own. Also, these two are not good, in my opinion. Medal of Man can be interesting, but I think it takes too much work to get to the point that you can actually use it. Better Together is just lesser everything, honestly. Not a worthwhile perk. Fixated. This perk can be good if you want to increase your walking speed and also see your scratch marks. It allows you to figure out how to be a little sneakier, you know? And also, generally killers aren't expecting the increased walking speed. So there's that. Inner Strength. This perk is one of the best healing perks in the game. You can get it down to 8 seconds, I believe, where you can just hide in a locker and auto-heal yourself. All you have to do is find a totem, and how fucking hard is that? Babysitter. When you hook a survivor, the unhooked... this one is not fucking good. Do not run this perk. Run something else. Run Borrowed if you're going to be going for unhooks. Camaraderie. This perk's honestly kind of nice. I enjoy the fact that it pauses the skill checks now, and I enjoy the fact that I just kind of get to sit there, and my timer is paused while one of my teammates is within range of me. Second Wind. This is also another really good perk if you enjoy healing people. I do enjoy running Second Wind because I enjoy the auto heal. Lucky Break. This perk got buffed, and now it's honestly pretty worth if you're running with Iron Will. Lose your scratch marks, lose your blood trails, and you don't make any noise. Pog. Any means necessary. This perk is generally like, usually people are doing a challenge that requires any means necessary. Otherwise, I don't see people using this a whole lot. Breakout's really good if you're running like a group of people together. Otherwise, it's not as worthwhile, but it's still a pretty good meme perk, and I enjoy making people wiggle out of the killer's grasp faster. So shouts out Breakout. Off the record, I don't use this perk. Red Herring, I don't use this perk. For the people, this is a nice perk when you want to no-use someone's heal right back to them. Soul Guard, like I said earlier, this one runs well in tandem with Unbreakable and Tenacity and other ground-related perks. And honestly, it's cool to get the endurance effect whenever you get healed from the dying state. Blood Pact. I don't like this perk a whole lot, but it's fun to run on occasion. It's fun to just know where the obsession is, I guess. Repressed Alliance. Honestly, this perk probably sounds really good in concept, but usually it's not that fucking great in practice. Visionary. If you find yourself on a map that you don't know very well or you're having a hard time finding gens, this is the perk for you. It allows you to find gens from 32 meters away, and honestly, that's a fucking shit ton of distance. This, Desperate Measures, this is one of my favorite healing perks in the game. I really, really enjoy it. Simply because of how niche it is, which is usually the reason I don't enjoy a perk. But fuck it. Built to Last. This is a really, really fucking good perk. And really, really powerful depending on what items you're using. You can use the entirety of a toolbox and then get 50% back on Built to Last Tier 3. It's really worthwhile. Appraisal. I don't give a shit about chests, dude. Deception. I enjoy running this perk. I see a lot of people using it wrong by just, while I'm chasing them, they'll use Deception and think that I'm going to fall for it or something. I don't know. Use Deception better. Power Struggle. I have gotten this perk to work exactly 3 fucking times. That should tell you all you need to know. Fast Track. This perk feels good whenever you actually get it to work. It's just a shame that your teammates can only be hooked so many times. Smash Hit. This is like Sprint Burst, but you have to pallet stun, which is, honestly is pretty powerful, but the problem is, once killers know you're running it, they're not going to fuck with you around pallets anymore. Self-preservation. Whatever. That's it.